This is Gray.
This is Mel.
This is Liz.
And we want to welcome you to Chuck versus the Podcast, episode 96 for Monday, December 12th, 2011. We have a new episode of Chuck to discuss, a little lighter than usual on the clothing. But first, we do have some news. Mel?
Filming on Chuck wrapped on December 7th. And if you were on Twitter, you probably saw lots of tweets and photos and videos from the set as the cast and crew finished production. They really tried to bring the fans in and make it them part of the day, which I sure appreciated and may have cried a couple of times.
Yeah.
We've collected several of those messages from the set on chucktv.net, so you can go look at those. They're under the news category. Chuck ends its 5-season run on Friday, January 27th, with back-to-back airings of episodes 512 and 513.
Yeah.
And bring your Kleenex.
Yeah, and every Friday night, including Christmas, holidays,
And
every Friday night.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was even a few tweets today from Yvonne and I think Joshua Gomez. You know, pretty serious ones. Non-kidding, no goofing around, no joking around. It was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been doing a lot of looking back as the end of the series draws near and decided to have some fun with it by running a bracket tournament to name the ultimate Chuck villain. Round 2 of the Ultimate Villain Showdown is happening now at chucktv.net. So get on over there and vote.
Cool.
Villain against villain.
Very, very exciting. And there have been some really cool villains, though. It's hard to choose between some of the funnier villains and the more evil villains, because sometimes the more the funny, charming villains like Volkov are some of the favorite ones.
So who's your favorite?
I would have to go with Volkov because he was such a rich character.
Yeah, it was.
And fun.
How about you?
Yeah.
Mom?
So far, I think Volkov. Maybe. For this is for seasons 1 through 4. So.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So for seasons 1 through 4, I think Volkov.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Liz?
Well, I wasn't going to go with season 4. I was going to go with this season because I was going to, swim upstream a little bit here.
Yeah.
Be a little different. Yes.
And say.
Are you telling me I can't do that now?
Well, no, because we're going to do a runoff for season 5. We'll do a separate poll because it's not fair to say we haven't seen all of the villains in season 5 yet.
Okay. But can I tell you my favorite so far?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Mark Hamill. I don't care that, if you blink, you missed his scene. It's Mark Hamill. Come on.
Yeah.
Gotta go
with a French accent.
I gotta go with Luke Skywalker.
Yep, and one of them got blowed up real good. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I do want to mention, and that is since we have had our video podcasts, which came, I think we started about episode 40-ish. The most successful video episode yet was our holiday extravaganza last year. We had literally about 5 times as many viewers as normal. And so we decided that we're going to have another holiday episode.
Yay!
Yeah. And you're going to see more of Mel and Liz this time. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely as you are finishing up your work and finishing up your school and heading out towards your holiday extravaganzas of yourselves, make sure you do watch for the podcast because we're going to have lots of fun and have lots of guests, just like last year.
We're going to sing for you.
No, we're not. Okay, not.
Liz, you can have a solo.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but
you guys won't want that.
Yeah, but we're gonna have lots of the cast and crew, and they'll be fresh off of their wrap, and so I'm sure there'll be a lot of emotions to be had, and it'll be great to connect with them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about Chuck versus the Hack-Off in a moment. Just a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back. For handheld footage that looks like a Steadicam, try GlideCam. Starting at only $369. Look at the difference it makes. A great source for inexpensive DSLR accessories is jag35.com. Field monitors from $249, shoulder rigs, sliders, and more. For high-end field monitors, go to smallhd.com. A higher resolution monitor means better photos and videos. And we do want to thank our sponsors for making this all possible. Chuck versus the Hack Off. What did you guys think?
It was nice to see
giggling.
Chuck getting back to his roots.
Mm-hmm.
The piranha. I love that. Swordfish was based on him, but he didn't think it was a very good movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed seeing Chuck doing what we all, knew he could do.
Mm-hmm.
And again, being fantastic without the intersect. I just love it. I love every time Chuck comes through. Just Chuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, and that little bit when he opened the security system as he was in the middle of hacking.
mhm.
Yeah. That was very cool.
Yeah.
It amuses me that he has to drink Chardonnay
Mm-hmm.
while he is hacking. It's and he has a preferred brand. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm very sad that Gertrude is going to disappear for a while because I love her and Casey together.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
That's, I've always liked Casey,
Mm-hmm.
but with her around, I love Casey.
Yeah.
I just love him.
Yeah. So, I mean, every scene with her is great. And then she also brings out something extra in him.
Mm-hmm. And when she's with Sarah,
Mhm.
too. That was some interesting stuff, I had to chuckle because, one of the things that's been a hallmark of the series is we're on a top secret spy mission. Now's the time to talk about our feelings.
Yeah.
And it extended here
Yeah.
to, I could almost hear Casey going, oh, lady feelings. Except he's experiencing lady feelings too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, nice little girl chat in the middle of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. I love it. Somebody on Twitter mentioned the similarities between the relationship with Casey and Gertrude and early Chuck and Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I think that was intentional.
Yeah. I just love those little things that they give us. I don't know.
Little throwbacks.
Yeah. Especially now.
Hmm. Yeah, Sarah had a couple of looks that I'm sure were intended to be sort of those pregnant pauses reminding you this is what happened before.
Yeah. She also had some precious looks when she was just being very proud of her man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, they're perfect for each other. I love that she loves that he's a geek, that he's a nerd.
Yeah.
She may not speak the language, but she loves that he's good at it and that he likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting into it though. Her little conversation with Morgan there.
Yeah, she's trying.
She's trying, which I
Yeah.
love. I love Sarah when her and Morgan have their conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always good for a laugh.
Now, I have to go on record. Call me a prude. I don't love a lot of skin in network TV.
But this was so funny.
It was fun, and I'm really glad they did judicious blurring.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I know, but I thought it was hilarious.
It really was.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. It was so obviously there. It's not. They didn't try and hide it or anything. They just
No.
blur.
Yeah, it was not subtle.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard that there was going to be, a little bit extra, I thought they would do the thing like there being a very large tree trunk or something, but
Yeah. Nope, they went for it.
no. Yeah.
They went for the full Monty, and then
That's what was so funny. That's what I thought was so hilarious. They didn't do that. They didn't do the tradition, what everybody else does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But at least they got to put some clothes on, and
Yeah.
and it was pretty fun. The whole swallowing the virus key thing, and They had lots of use of and very creative uses of the trank guns.
Yes.
The falling in the beginning, and then
that was funny.
Yeah.
And I was pretty grossed out by the jelly bean scene.
Oh yeah.
You know, I could handle a lot more than I thought I could, but when it comes to somebody throwing up on TV, I can't handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was monitoring the live chat at that point. I was like, oh, what are you guys doing? I just listen. I don't need to see.
Yeah. Well, didn't it strike you when Casey was gone? She was so Casey, right down to, did he catch the grunt?
Yes.
That was priceless.
Yeah.
She just fit right in, didn't she?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're perfect for each other, just like Chuck and Sarah.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. Well, I just can't wait for the finale, because there's got to be something there.
Yeah,
The two of them?
Yeah, between the two of them.
They have to.
Yeah,
I think they left it wide open for her to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everything that I've heard going up to the finale, and I don't think this is spoiler talk because it's just conjecture, but everything I've heard is that stories are going to be wrapped up, and it would be so nice to see these two go off into the spy sunset.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see them retiring together.
No, the spy sunset.
They'd be going on missions.
Yeah.
Well, that was on my wish list. I think a couple podcasts ago we were kind of talking about it, and I said, if I'd like to see the finale and Casey's story end with Gertrude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Casey can never not be who Casey is and do what Casey does. He just can't. And she can't either. Like she said in tonight's episode, she can't see herself not being a spy, and I could just, which by the way, Sarah was having some struggles there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was just about to bring that up. This was another episode that saw the two of them wondering if there's more than being spies. Can they do something else?
Yeah.
And Chuck realizing that, he does love computers, and Sarah realizing that he loves computers. He's good at working with computers. So maybe Carmichael Industries could be something else. But then I was glad that she then, spoke up and said, well, what would my job be? I don't speak computer. I speak spy. So,
I think there could be a nice marriage of the two, of the two careers.
Yeah.
Now, it was in the promo. So can we talk about what was in the promo, or
that goes in the spoiler section?
That goes in the spoiler section. Okay. Well, I mean, with Decker gone, blowed up real good.
Yeah.
That
did not see that coming.
No way.
So what I thought, I just saw him as the big villain for the whole rest of the season 5. So who's the big villain going to be?
His boss.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
But it's just interesting that we haven't actually seen his boss yet.
Yeah.
Well, he said way back at the end of season 4, when we were first introduced to him, he said, he alluded to the fact that he was working for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I guess with him gone, that someone else is going to have to send either someone else. That's a lot of someone else's. They're going to have to send somebody in to finish the job.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's clearly someone who has a huge vendetta against Chuck. I mean, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Yeah, this could very well force him into the light, though.
Yeah, right.
He might just figure, because it seems to me that Decker might probably fit the bill as like the big bad's right-hand man.
Mm-hmm.
And with him gone, there's no one else that he would trust. I'm totally making this up, but it just makes sense to me.
I believe it. Yeah. That works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Who could have such a vendetta against him? Because I mean, the plan in this episode was to set Chuck up for a horrible crime that could have enormous repercussions globally.
Yeah.
And then, as he said, he'd be the most hunted. He'd be hunted like Bin Laden was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
mean, that's a lot of hate behind a plan like that.
So
Yeah.
who could it be? Do you think, is it somebody that we know already, that we've met already?
I don't know. It's got to be somebody that has been alluded to. And I wonder, when we get to the spoiler section, maybe we can draw some further conclusions.
Yeah. Yeah, I know where we're gonna get with that, and I just don't see that one. But anyway, we'll talk about that line later. But the prison stuff, I actually thought that whole punchline with Vic Sahai was brilliant.
You know what? Lester was made for prison. He would thrive in there. The sneaky little punk. I mean,
Yeah.
Who'd have thought, huh? You know, the obvious would have been Casey, you know, being all muscle would have been Lester's protector.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out to be the other way around, which I totally love. It's what I adore about this show. They always push forward the unexpected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I literally thought that he was going to be standing in the back with a 12 gauge shotgun. And when he reveals about the 12 gauge wire,
that was priceless.
Oh,
but
and
it's
very Lester.
Yeah, very
exactly.
Lester.
It's such a Lester thing to do.
Yeah,
and to control all the inmates.
Yeah,
through the internet and cable.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, you know, we see him in his cell, and he's got it made in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brains over brawn. Who would have thought it would be Lester's brain?
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting when you think back to the interviews that we've had with Vic Sahai, how Vic's character, Lester, really is an anti-Chuck.
Yeah.
So he has all the same kind of hacking abilities, and put him in that situation. What does he do? The sneaky kind of underhanded thing. But he is very, very much a Chuck-like character on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliantly done.
Mm-hmm.
I have to wonder, though, if... I don't know. It seemed to me that he had it made in jail, and now he's going to be released because Jeff's dropping the charges. Is he going to be happy about that? I don't know. They obviously pushed his buttons by bringing in Lester too.
Yeah, which I have to say, as a Canadian, I thought was hilarious.
Can't you tell from my face? I'm from Montreal.
Yeah.
All the other Hindu's.
That whole bit was brilliant.
And then to have Yvette Nicole Brown have a tiny unannounced cameo there at the end of that scene. Perfect.
Yeah. That scene was brilliantly written, brilliantly played.
Yes. Well done, Chuck.
Yeah. And very tight. Like literally, they were only in one scene, and yet I didn't feel like, you know how there's some other guest stars that have been on that were just like one scene and they're out so fast. Mm-hmm. I thought that they really served these two, and they had exactly what was necessary.
Yeah, they seem to fill the screen, and just, you know, I'm not just talking physically. I'm talking about, you know, their presence. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliantly done.
Yeah.
Now, originally, this episode was supposed to air the day after the episode of Community where Ryan McPartlin had a cameo.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they were supposed to be a matched set. Mm-hmm. And then NBC bumped the premiere of Chuck back a week, and there went that plan.
Yeah. Oh, well, it still works.
Yeah, it was still very nicely done.
Yeah. And so the hack off, I was a little bit surprised by him doing all the TVs. I thought he would also do the 1 cent and then something else grand. But I thought the way he exited was really well done.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and he was busy, Gray. He was hacking into the security system at the same time.
But he's Chuck.
How much more do you want him to do?
Yeah,
like hacking into the security system right under the guy's nose.
Yeah.
That was
You know, now, Chuck put my multitasking abilities to shame tonight.
Now, the guy he was hacking against, did he remind anybody else of Hero from Heroes?
Yes.
Yes. It was Freddie Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Masioka. I had to do a double take.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Decker blowed up real good. We have...
Just like saying that, don't you?
Oh, I do. I love it. And
there were
did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I didn't either. And I think he might be second to Shaw in the most hated villain category.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because people didn't understand why he hated Chuck so much and why he was such a freaking tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was, there were people that don't normally curse.
Mm-hmm.
And in the comments and in the live chat and on the forum, it came out for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
They did not like him at all. So, but they were stunned when Gertrude blew him up.
Mm-hmm.
See, now I have expected Chuck to hand that device to him, but he had maybe doctored it so that it was really ineffective.
Oh, the virus?
I was waiting for that to happen, you know. That Chuck just, deactivating it somehow or making it do something else.
Yeah. Well, and I have to admit, I expected Gertrude to pick his pocket.
Oh, I didn't.
And I'm glad that they still had another surprise. I think I would have been disappointed if she just picked his pocket and they went away with a thing and that was that. Mm-hmm. The fact that she blowed him up real good. Sorry, it is a Canadian thing. I that was a nice surprise.
Yeah,
it was a surprise, that's for sure.
Yeah,
expect the unexpected.
Yeah, and a nice little moment with Morgan in the end, coming in to rescue Casey.
Yeah. And Gertrude telling him it's someone who cares about you as much as I do.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a double revelation for Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For someone like Gertrude to say something like that about Morgan really says a lot.
Mm.
Morgan, he's come so far since season 1.
Yeah.
And for Jeff to be the one to say, you still need someone to forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
That was the new Jeff. And then for him to come back and clarify, that was the old Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still in there a little bit.
Yeah. So I guess that's just about it for this episode, except for the Mongoloid promo, which we're going to talk about in the spoiler section.
Yeah.
So shall we move on in that direction?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to just hear part 2 of our sponsors. We'll have I guess we can do just a pre-closing, whatever that pre-spoiler thing that we usually do. Just make sure to send your questions to mail@chuckpodcast.com. And over the holidays, make sure you do check out the Christmas / Hanukkah / Ramadan / whatever holiday you celebrate.
Festivus.
Episode. Yeah, what's that?
Festivus.
Yeah, Festivus.
It's the annual Feats of Strength.
Yeah. And we will be podcasting over the break. So expect a New Year podcast of some kind. Because of course Chuck is continuing over the holidays, so will we.
Yeah. So what break are you talking about?
Certainly not for us.
No. There's no break.
Yeah, no break. But so we're going to hear from our sponsors, and then I guess we'll roll right into the spoilers. So if you don't want to hear the spoilers, just pull those headphones out. You know the drill. So if that's what you're going to do, see you next time. But I think you're going to watch the spoilers, so we'll see you soon. If you pay attention to great films and TV shows, you'll notice the camera is always moving. Not panning or tilting like on a tripod, but smoothly moving through space. This week's featured sponsors have products that help you move the camera in different ways, and they don't have to break the bank. You'll find the Cinemover for only $80 at moveyourcamera.com. It can operate as a track dolly or a table dolly. Amazing value. If you want lightweight and affordable camera gear, go to indiesystem.com. You'll find shoulder rigs, jibs, sliders, and more at very affordable prices. Or, For a more heavyweight, longer-reaching camera crane, go to cameracrane.com for the comely crane and look for the Steady Freddy as well. But how do you focus when your camera's on a crane or a jib? Lightcraft Workshop has an amazing USB follow focus for Canon DSLR cameras. Part 2 of our sponsor messages will be after the episode discussion. And we're back with some spoilers.
Dun, dun, dun.
Whew. All right. So first up, we have the official synopsis for next week's episode, Chuck versus the Curse.
Dun, dun, dun.
A case of mistaken identity gives Ellie and Awesome a date night they will never forget. Chuck and Sarah race against time to take down a dangerous computer virus again, pitting them against Robin Cunning's guest star Rebecca Romaine, a ruthless spy who will stop at nothing to get what she needs. Meanwhile, Ellie and Awesome's date night takes a dangerous turn, and Morgan is sent on a special mission. Whoa, let's try that again. Morgan is sent on a special mission to recover Chuck's pants, as in P.A.N.T.S. So think of it as, toes in the sand, but this time it's pants.
He could have used those pants tonight, I think.
Now, that is incredibly interesting that they would do 2 virus plots in a row.
I know. Do you suppose it's the same virus?
It could be. Maybe this virus didn't get destroyed.
No, because Gertrude took it.
Well, Gertrude took it, but I mean, maybe whoever they stole it from had another copy or something.
Maybe. I don't know, but now Ellie and Awesome are getting mixed up in something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know what, Liz? Speaking of no pants, we forgot to mention that this week's episode was directed by Zachary Levi, who directed that scene in no pants.
In no pants.
I mean, how many people can say that they directed an episode without pants on? I hope it's not very many.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
He certainly knows how to raise the bar, doesn't he?
He does. Okay, Liz, bring us the big one.
All right. It's Chuck versus the Santa Suit, which airs December 23rd. It's going to be the big, as in huge. Huge. Spoilers came out this week that both Chuck and Sarah kiss other people, only one of whom is A-friendly. Photos that were released for the episode show Chuck in a Santa suit kissing General Beckman. Why? Okay.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't go.
Liz is speechless.
Yeah.
Yikes. Some people thought she was the unfriendly member of the smooching crew, but the promo for the next 2 weeks suggests that she is, in fact, the friendly one. Who's the unfriendly? None other than everybody's favorite, Daniel Shaw.
Oh!
Is back. And the internet just broke.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure he would be back this season, because how could they not? But dude,
yeah, pretty much any time they would bring him back, there's going to be that collective groan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! And it was hilarious to watch. After that was over, to watch Twitter just kind of explode. I was having the time of my life. I never had so much fun on Twitter. And somebody said, "Why are you laughing?" Could be has to do with the promo for the next couple of weeks that they showed. Yes.
Yeah.
The live chat went nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could not type fast enough. I almost could smell the smoke as processors were hitting overdrive. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Well, at the very least, we have maximum 1 week between stories. So
that's true.
We don't have to wait that killer, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks the last time?
Well, and you know what? This time, I really felt like Chuck and Shaw had unfinished business, and Sarah too.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it seemed like, that fight in the Buy More kind of resolved everything, I just felt like it didn't.
Yeah.
And so this, I felt like there should be one more scene at least between the two or three of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like, Sarah is going to meet this guy who was, it was a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
For her, and she's going to meet him, but now she's meeting him as Chuck's wife, and in this committed relationship and feeling very secure. And we've seen how much she's changed thanks to this relationship with Chuck. And so I don't know. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah.
But we put a poll up. It's under the spoiler section, just to protect people who hadn't seen the promo yet. Asking what the reaction was.
Yeah.
And as of right now, you could probably guess. The three options are yay, Shaw is awesome. WTF, I hate Shaw. And best twist ever. Which one do you think's
I hate Shaw.
No, best twist ever.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Not by much, but it is winning.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, Chucksters.
Yeah.
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 I like it. It is a big twist.
Yeah. Well, it's
Although,
a good twist in general.
After I saw it, I couldn't help but think, and I could be off base, but do you think that he's Decker's boss?
I don't think so.
I don't either. Okay. I mean, he would have a vendetta. That's for sure. But I don't see him having... I get the sense that whatever is happening with Chuck... Well, Decker said it in the season finale, that it goes back to everything. All the way back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like if Shaw is somehow a part of it, he's not the boss. He's just one part of the plan.
Yeah.
And trying to kill Sarah was just a part of the plan. And he's not the one actually calling the shots. But I cannot figure out who would be the one behind all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who hates Chuck?
Yeah.
And from the very beginning, everything, like him even getting the intersect, it can't be about Chuck, right? Don't you think it has to be something to do with Orion or Frost?
Yeah.
I don't think it has to do with Chuck.
Don't know. Well, we're going to start to find out in a couple of weeks.
Ooh, it's getting good.
Yeah.
It's been good. It's getting better.
Yes.
So 8 episodes left. One of them will be Rebecca Romaine next week with some torture. One of them will be a Christmas episode with Shaw. And then 6 more.
Yay.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, it's going by so fast.
Yeah.
It's going by fast. But I got to tell you, I can't wait to see Rebecca Romaine next week.
Mm-hmm.
That should be fun.
I'm a big fan. I love her when she's doing, drama, when she's doing something serious. I love her when she's doing comedy.
Yeah.
She's fantastic when she does comedy. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how this is going to be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Cool.
Plus, she's Mystique.
She's Mystique.
She's got geek cred.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been doing a great job bringing in the guest stars with a geek cred.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Geeks rule.
Geeks rule. Well, that's a great place to end up. And so thanks for watching, and we will see you next week in our holiday extravagant. No, actually, holiday
That's not next week, right?
That's not next week. It's the week after that. So we'll see you next week, and then we'll have a holiday.
You see what happens when he goes off script?
Yeah. Cool. So anyway, thanks for watching. And hey, I did wear a Christmas color. I'm being festive. I'm thinking about it already. So anyway, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.